we're gonna be watching the most disgusting horror events happening on camera. That means this is caught on camera. And as soon as this video continues, please get a bucket, because you might end up throwing up. And the reason why I made this video is the reason why. No. My YouTuber friend, Ghosty Gamer, the Roblox Gamer, wanted me to make this reaction video. And I challenged myself not to throw up. And if I throw up, trust me, I'm throwing up in the bucket, man. So let's get into this video.
Of trash and clutter, and it's very disgusting and horrible and unsanitary.
We haven't thrown things out. We've kept things that we shouldn't have kept, and we've just totally neglected it. Our house is very bad. This is the foyer, which was supposed to be the main entranceway into the house.
It has been 10 to 15 years since we have opened the front door.
This is our upstairs bathroom.
The upstairs bathroom is covered with trash and mostly used bathroom items. Deodorant containers and used toothbrushes and used razor blades and feminine products on the floor. The only thing we use the bathroom for upstairs is the sink, and we do still use the tub and shower to get ready for work in the morning.
Moving on to number 4, if you guys haven't noticed already or assumed, a lot of these...
I got tired.
Stuff is secret because the house is such a mess. As you can see a little bit from the front porch, the house is in such disarray that she was afraid she would be charged with elder abuse. Inside this house in a quiet Gilbert neighborhood, police say a 60-year-old woman has been living alongside her 95-year-old mother, who died 4 years ago.
It was pretty shocking. It's probably one of the craziest stories I've ever heard, and it's just crazy that it happened, in this neighborhood.
The house was deemed abandoned by the courts, and realtor Danette Ernest was sent in to check it out.
It was really in disarray. I mean, every room is filled with things in no seeming order.
When she opened the door, she was greeted by a nasty odor and a perfectly healthy parrot sitting in a cage. Clearly, somebody had been inside feeding it.
So for me, I backed out of the home with the contractor, and that's when we called the police because it was a different matter at that point.
And when police went inside to investigate the bird, they found a dead body. The other crazy part of this story is that the woman has not been charged with anything. Once police identify the body, they can verify her story. But if this woman did die of natural causes, Gilbert police tell me the woman would only be charged with a Class 2 misdemeanor of failing to report a death.
Heading over to number 3, this one's not quite as crazy as some of the other ones.
Shocking, because I just been living there and now they're going in like it's a toxic waste dump.
As the biohazard team assesses the hazardous conditions inside, clinical psychologist Dr. Julie Pike prepares for the emotional fallout that might occur.
I am a little bit concerned that they are underestimating how difficult this day is going to be, and I think it will be very hard for them.
While the haulers are making progress, it's becoming more difficult for the children to contain their emotions.
And they're having to look at the reality of what their mother really lived in and the depth of her problem.
Moving on to number 2, we've got a YouTuber named Stanley Dirt Monkey.
Oh my god, I bet that's dirty diapers hanging right there. The smell. Looks like they liked Pringles. One of the things that you gotta worry about in a house like this is needles. In all honesty, this doesn't surprise me. The smell, if you can imagine what the smell is like with bags of rotting food, This has to be cleaned out before you can demolish the structure. This has to be removed prior to demolition of the entire building. For recycling purposes, you can't mix construction debris with garbage. I can touch this whole thing right here. This is dirty diapers. Holy crap. I couldn't even find the kitchen. You guys wouldn't believe it. I didn't even think that was a kitchen there. I thought that was a wall of garbage. Reach down, pick this up. This is just a bag of cigarettes. Just a random bag. Okay, so this is where they stored their cigarettes. How many hours would you sit in this room? The feces, the smell of feces in this room is absolutely overpowering.
And finally, the number one spot, we have hands down
in the toilet, but I don't want it to overflow. So I've been using a bucket. When the bucket is full of pee and poop, it's really hard to lift it. So I just put it in a smaller bucket. And I take it outside and empty it. My neighbors could view it as being odd that I dumped the bucket out in the front yard. No neighbors have said anything to me about it either, though. This small blue bucket my mother used before she died.
Is that poop all over the bucket?
Yeah, it's poop.
So do you wash your hands? Like you're gonna go eat soup in a minute. Are you gonna wash your hands for that, or are you just don't worry about it?
No, actually I don't. Okay, now this is not the worst hoard you've ever cleared out.
She's eating 2 feet from all the poop and urine.
Do you think I meet the definition of a hoarder?
The poop, man. You got a ton of poop in this house. What is the main cause of the smell?
Musty odor, having to do with mold and dust.
No.
No?
Is that brand new information to you? To think that the feces and urine has something to do with the smell?
I guess so, because I thought it was due to the mold and dust.
Those are all the clips that I have for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did,
most of these creatures are harmless to humans. While most of them want nothing to do with us, some can deliver a lot of pain if they feel threatened. While a swarm of mosquitoes is annoying and itchy, a swarm of bees is a very different story. Here are some of the most painful bites and stings in the world. Africanized honeybee. Otherwise known as the killer bee, this bee is a 1950s man-made hybrid of the western and African honeybee. When it was originally crossbred, several swarms escaped quarantine and spread. Having inherited the bad temper of African bees, killer bees are very fast and have killed more than 1,000 people since they were made. While a sting from a single bee isn't that bad, these bees are easily provoked and attack as a hive at the slightest move. To eliminate a perceived threat, they will chase their victims for half a mile or more. Tarantula hawk wasp. Anything that hunts tarantulas as their main food source when they are only 2 inches long is something to be wary of. These ill-tempered wasps use their long legs to grapple with their prey until they can jab them with their 1/4-inch stinger. Tarantula hawks only sting with provocation, and when they do, the pain is agonizing. While it only lasts a few brief minutes, their sting has been likened to being electrocuted. They are venomous, but not deadly to humans. Arizona bark scorpion. Small and light brown, the desert-dwelling Arizona bark scorpion doesn't seem like much of a threat. Measuring between 2 to 3 inches long, these tiny creatures can pack as much venom as a deadly snake. Their exoskeletons are also very tough, making them very hard to kill. These scorpions live in packs and are nocturnal, so they hide in dark places during the day. Stings from these aggressive scorpions can be very painful, feeling like an electric shock, and they can cause breathing trouble and temporary paralysis in the affected area. Amazonian giant centipede. With up to 46 yellow legs and maroon bodies growing as big as 18 inches long, these giant centipedes feed on frogs, lizards, and even birds and bats. They are found in parts of South America and the Caribbean. They are very fast and can even climb despite their bulk. While not deadly to a full-grown human, these giants are highly venomous. The bite of one of these centipedes feels like breaking a bone. Brazilian wandering spider. First discovered in Brazil, the wandering spider is known to live in other areas of South and Central America as well. Fast-moving and very strong, wandering spiders do not build webs, they literally wander the jungle for their food. They are very aggressive, but only attack humans when they feel they are in danger. These spiders appear in the Guinness Book of World Records as the world's most venomous spider, but they don't always release venom when they bite. While a non-venomous bite is still extremely painful, it's not nearly as dangerous as a bite infused with venom. Velvet ant. Large, hairy, and brightly colored, these ants aren't really ants, they're wasps. The female velvet ant is often mistaken for a large ant because it doesn't have wings. Velvet ants are completely non-aggressive and will actually try to avoid people. However, the females have stingers and will use them if they feel threatened. Their sting can cause an extremely painful, intense burning sensation that may last up to 30 minutes. Warrior wasp. These large black wasps were only discovered a few years ago, but they have become known for their extremely aggressive nature. They can measure over 2 inches in length, and their jaws are longer than their front legs. Native to Indonesia, their sting comes in at 4th place on the pain index scale, and the excruciating pain can last for over an hour. While these wasps pose a greater risk to other insects, they will attack humans if they come near their nests. Black widow. These venomous spiders are easily recognizable by the reddish hourglass-shaped marking on their abdomens, but only the females bear these telltale signs, and only the female's bite is dangerous to humans. Black widows are non-aggressive spiders and typically only bite if threatened. When they do bite, it is extremely painful due to the neurotoxin in their venom. While it is extremely unlikely to kill someone, it can cause muscle pain and spasms, rapid heart rate, and abdominal cramps that may last several days or weeks. Yak killer hornet. These massive hornets are the largest in the world, measuring over 2 inches. They are native to tropical areas of Eastern Asia. These hornets can be deadly. While the sting of a single yak killer is extremely painful, its venom can dissolve flesh and feel like a burning hot nail. But wait, it gets worse. After they sting, they send out a signal to other hornets to come to their aid. The human death toll caused by these hornets reaches 30 to 40 people every year in Japan. Bullet ant. At around an inch long, bullet ants don't seem like much of a threat, but looks can be deceiving. When these reddish-black ants bite, they inflict an intense pain that some have described as feeling like a gunshot. The pain is described as a burning, throbbing sensation that can last up to 24 hours. We hope this video didn't make you too itchy. Thanks for hanging out with us today, and we hope you enjoyed this interesting facts. Please give this video a thumbs up and come see us again soon. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, guys. Wait. No. Subscribe. Drop a like if you liked the video. If you didn't like it, I understand. And if you want, just push the like button. And if it turns blue, leave it alone. So if it turns red, leave it alone. And turn on that notification, peeps. Goodbye. Have a good day or night. It doesn't depend. But if you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe, because you new, my peace out, peeps.